What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, a little while ago, I made a video covering a leak that came out from the Ghost of Hope discussing the Year 2 content that's going to be coming out for Modern Warfare 2. Now, for those who don't know, in 2023, there's going to be no Call of Duty game. For the first time, actually ever, we are skipping a year without Call of Duty, and Modern Warfare 2 has to last us a whole 2 years. Treyarch will come back in 2024, and I believe Sledgehammer Games, from what I heard, is going to make Advanced Warfare in 2025. Again, it's all leaks. You could even consider them rumors if you want to, but from the stuff that I've seen from a lot of these leakers and all of the things that have come alive so far from their sources and information, I wouldn't even be shocked at this point. But according to the previous leaks, the way they're going to handle content for the Year 2 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in order to keep us active and in the game, because as we all know, this is a pretty risky move for Activision, right? I think we can all agree on that. They've never gone a year without producing a COD title, so they have no clue how this is all going to unfold. But the direction they're going to take is by adding in massive loads of content. So instead of getting a brand new game, pretty much they're going to bring all, and when I say all, I mean all of the Modern Warfare 2 maps. From the OG, we're talking about Afghan, Favela, High Rise, and all of those things. They're going to bring all of those maps into Modern Warfare 2 for people to be able to play and experience. Remaster each and every one of them. And you got to keep in mind, remastering maps might not be as hard as creating one from the ground up from scratch, but at the same time, it's not a walk in the park. It's not like they're just stripping it from one game and putting it into another. They are completely remodeling these maps. They're looking at one, map as it is, and they are trying to reconstruct it from the ground up to make it match as similar as possible. So it still is a task at hand, and it's going to take them a lot of work to put this map pack together, obviously. That's probably why they're releasing all of this stuff for Year 2 content instead of just doing, small little map packs here and there. They're just saying, screw it, we're going all out and we're giving them everything. But apparently, this leak is going to be a little bit juicier than we expected, because that base knowledge is still confirmed as far as we can see, until Activision either says it's false or it's not happening, or Infinity Ward says it's never going to become a thing. But until they say something, like I said, these leakers are usually pretty spot on, so I'll believe it until someone proves me otherwise. But like I said, added on to this leak right here, the Ghost of Hope came out with more information saying, to celebrate 20 years of Call of Duty, a paid greatest hits map pack is in development. On top of Modern Warfare 2 2009 maps, these would also include other classic maps from Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer's catalog, meant to be released for Modern Warfare 2 Year 2. So yes, you heard this correctly. Not only are we going to get pretty much every single, we are going to get all of the Modern Warfare 2 maps as Year 2 content for Modern Warfare 2. But we're also going to get tons of fan favorite maps from Treyarch Games, Sledgehammer Games, and Infinity Ward across the board, all of their titles reintroduced into this game as well in a massive bundle. The greatest hits. This is phenomenal news in my personal opinion, especially if you don't enjoy the typical Infinity Ward playstyle. I know a lot of people out there don't enjoy Infinity Ward. They don't like their tactical pacing or their map layouts that they are known for with all of their titles, COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, They have always been a little bit more branching outside of the box compared to Treyarch, which tries to make more of a arcadey fundamental Call of Duty title, much more, more about the gunplay, more about the strategies, more about, actual competitive play than just, about just absolutely messing around in this, sandbox that they're trying to develop here, Infinity Ward titles. So if you don't like that style, they're bringing back Treyarch's biggest hits. They're going to put all of those fantastic maps right into this game, which means all the flows that you enjoy from previous COD games that are made by Treyarch, you can get them within this game. Now, will they play, as good as a Treyarch game? Probably not, because it isn't Treyarch as the development team making the game that these maps are going to be played on. But at the end of the day, the map designs are very crucial when it comes to gameplay, and Treyarch usually nails them no matter what. Like I said, they don't branch out like Infinity Ward, but when it comes just to, something that's replayable and fun, and something that I can play over and over and over again, Treyarch is pretty reliable in that category. So in my personal opinion, this news is fantastic, because let's be real here, we don't know what other maps are coming into Modern Warfare 2 right now. The beta maps were really fun, but they knew the community hated the maps in MW 2019, right? They knew that was one of the biggest bits of feedback. They even mentioned it before this game even went live. One of the main bits of feedback that they focused on was map design. But maybe they just gave us the best maps in Modern Warfare 2. You know, maybe they gave us the most wanted maps that the community would love. Well, you know, a lot of people didn't like Museum. I enjoyed it, but a lot of people hated this map. But across the board, I would say these are probably the best maps that Infinity would have introduced in a very long time. But did they do that on purpose to finesse us into thinking that the rest of the maps are going to be okay? Because we don't know what the rest of the catalog will look like. Now, I'm hoping that it's going to be just like these maps. You know, I'm hoping that all the maps across the board are going to be fantastic, because if they are, the game will be very replayable. But on the, you know, the occasion that the maps aren't good, they are horrible, I want to be shocked. You know, I keep saying things cannot get worse in Call of Duty, and then every single year they surprise me more. So honestly, I'm not going to say that anymore. You know, I'm just going to wait and see. But if they are worse, then we have a massive map pack of goated maps that will be actually playable. Because let's be real, even in MW 2019, all the OG maps they brought back made the gameplay so much better. So much better. It really did come down to map design in MW 2019. Of course, there was Dead Silence, loud footsteps, minimap, and stuff like that. But my god, the maps were so bad in that game that it killed the whole experience. But when I hopped on an OG map, like Backlot, for example, it played so good. It played like a classic Infinity Ward title. So having this massive map pack coming in for year 2 might be the savior for a lot of individuals. People who don't like the current style that Infinity Ward has, they will at least have a map pack that will allow them to play a Call of Duty style that they truly enjoy. But of course, if you've been watching this channel for a while now, you know I like to cover both sides of the story. You know, even though I think this is very positive and it's a good thing that they're implementing this into the game, there are still some negatives that I have to go ahead and cover, because it's not all, you know, sunshine, flowers, rainbows, all that nonsense. Because at the end of the day, this is going to be paid DLC. Now, I have stated a few times in the past that honestly, at this point, with how live, you know, content has been introduced into these games nowadays and how live service is ruining gaming, I wouldn't mind going back to paid DLC. You know, I feel like we will get more. But Call of Duty really established with Vanguard that they're going to make sure that even though they have live service, they're going to add in content. Now, we don't know how this is going to turn out with, you know, Modern Warfare 2. We have no clue. They might make it horrible, and it might not be the same as Vanguard with the content that they drop. But at the end of the day, I don't mind live service because it allows us to play as a community. Back in the day when there were map packs and COD, I bought them all. You know, I was always getting the max edition, the $100 edition of this game, so I can get the free premium pass. Well, not free because, you know, you're paying extra for the game, but you get the point. You get all the DLCs for a little bit cheaper of a price. It's good for hardcore Call of Duty fans who know they're going to be playing throughout the whole year. But back when I was playing those games, a lot of my friends didn't get those DLCs. And, you know, I was young. My friends were young. And, you know, we did have to rely, obviously, off of our parents to go ahead and pick this stuff up. We weren't even of age to go ahead and even work. So it wasn't even an option for us. So a lot of people didn't get the DLCs. And even older people who didn't even care about COD that much, why would they get the DLC? You know what I'm saying? They play COD every once in a while. It's not even a point. So that caused a crack in the community. You know, we would pay for DLC, but we wouldn't be able to play it very often. And with a DLC like this, a massive DLC where you get to play the biggest, well, not the biggest, but the greatest hits of the whole franchise. But you have the possibility of not being able to lobby up in it because other people don't own it. And also, you don't know how many people are going to be online to even play it. Now, you know, that's being pretty negative there, because let's be real, a greatest hits map pack, a lot of people are going to pick this up. And the most brand new Call of Duty game, a greatest hits map pack, during a time where there's no Call of Duty game being released for a full year, you best believe people are going to be picking up this map pack. But it still slightly worries me because I don't want to see it go in a wrong way. And also, the sweat that comes along with these map packs is absurd. You know, let's be honest here. When you go ahead and purchase your way into a map pack in Call of Duty, it's usually the most hardcore of the hardcore fans who are going ahead and play that type of an experience. Now, again, for me, you know, I'm no longer working the 2 jobs and going to, you know, college and stuff like I used to. You know, I'm taking full-time content creation very seriously. So I have a little bit extra time to sweat it out. You know, if I want to sweat, I can sweat. But a lot of you guys are hustling your butts off, and you have families, grinds, agendas that you have to follow. You don't have time to go ahead and sweat your nuts off every single time that you get into a lobby. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I don't know how this experience is going to turn out for you guys, because that's who's going to be buying it. Yeah, you might get a handful of casuals, and, you know, a lot of people who enjoy Call of Duty will play it. But when the game slowly trickles down and the game slowly dies down, and the next COD game comes out, but you still want to play the greatest hits map pack because that's only on Modern Warfare 2 now. This map pack isn't going to transfer to every Call of Duty game, so it's only on Modern Warfare 2. It's going to be rough to come back and enjoy that experience because the only people who are probably going to be playing it are the absolute sweat lords, compared to having all the content free to play, which will allow us to go into the experience and everybody, it doesn't have to prioritize anybody. It's just everybody in the game in general. If the game is dead, it's slowly dying, it's not a lot of people online, you can still find DLC content reasonably without having to wait hours or even getting into the most ultimate sweat lobby that you could think of. And on top of that, let's be honest here, guys. We deserve free content. We've been through a lot of crap with Call of Duty these past few years, and they have gotten so much money from us. This game makes millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. I mean, dollar bills that you won't even be able to imagine in your lifetime. That's how much this game makes on a yearly basis, Like, I think the least you can do is remaster a bunch of the most fantastic maps from the game and just give it to us, especially the hardcore fans who've been playing this since day one. You're telling me I have to buy all of these OG classic maps again? Give it to us. I think as a community, we truly do deserve it to a certain extent. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, bonus say hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, the stories do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.